please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello! Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Ashamoji TV. My name is Asha. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where I like to watch, react, and just give my 2 cents about a couple of properties related to sci-fi and fantasy. So, in today's video, I'm finishing up my binge watch of episodes from Season 7 of Supernatural, capping things off with Episode 9 titled How to Win Friends and Influence Monsters. Is that based on the title of a book? Because that sounds kind of familiar, the way it's worded. But anyway, before I go ahead and present to you the condensed version of my reaction to this episode, I just want to give you somewhat of an informal recap as to what I've learned watching episodes 7 and 8. Okay, so in episode 7, which was all about, let me go back here, the mentalists, I found out that there is a city apparently in the supernatural world, I don't know yet if it's a real thing, where there is a bunch of psychics, right? In that episode, Sam and Dean are brought back together, even though in episode 6, Sam was like, I don't want to be around you anymore, but they separated for about a week and a half or so. I think that's what was mentioned in that episode, and got back together to solve the case for episode 7. And then we moved on to episode 8, which I still have mixed feelings about. But it is what it is. So in episode 8, Sam gets married to Becky. Becky pretty much feeds him love juice that she received from a crossroads demon who is cheating people out of their contracts, and Crowley comes and saves the day, but also implies that he is fine with siding with the Winchesters against the Leviathans, which I think is probably foreshadowing an alliance with Crowley to take down the Leviathans. And despite the fact I'm not a fan of that episode in and of itself, I did like the introduction to a new hunter named Garth, who's so cute and quirky. And I've realized where I've seen him. He's in that really famous comedy movie from way back when, Road Trip. I think I've seen it one time. I barely remember it. But yeah, so new hunter in town, or new hunter kind of part of the team. I'm assuming maybe occasionally. And then now in episode 9, I'm going to see where things go with the Winchesters and their journey in defeating the Leviathans. Assuming we even touch back with them as part of the story, or maybe it's going to be the monster of the week kind of thing. I don't know. Either way, without further ado, here's the short version of my reaction to episode 9. Somebody's panting, running. Hear some growling. Is it just this motor? Morton State Forest, the Pine Barrens, New Jersey. Are these sleeping bags? Why?
That's weird.
I don't know if it's a cultural thing that I'm not aware of, but I've never seen 2 people in a sleeping bag on a bed. That's interesting. It's outside. Oh, he's hung upside down. He's a deep sleeper if he did not feel somebody grab him. Oh gosh. Doesn't sound friendly.
No, stay away.
Oh my gosh, the pieces of the fabric all bloodied. That's clever. It's gonna bug me why they were in sleeping bags in the first place. On their own bed.
See? Told you.
Where is this?
Weeks, guys. Weeks. We've been living with cold showers, cold hot pockets, cold freaking everything. I mean, this is the bottom that we're living in. You guys get that right? Now's not the time to be laying our bedrolls out on the grid. Not if we can help it.
I think men can only tolerate this. I don't know.
That's just great.
And again, I guess if you're running for your life, anything will do.
We got purgatories, least wanted everywhere. And we're on our third The World's Screwed issue in what, 3 years? We've steered the bus away from the cliff twice already.
Someone's got to do it.
What if the bus wants to go over the cliff?
Stop trying to wrestle with the big picture, son. You're gonna hurt your head.
There have been a rash of sightings all over the southern Pine Barrens. A strange, fast-moving, human-like creature. Locals even have a name for it.
Jersey Devil.
Jared, yeah.
That's your local tall-tailed crap.
Well, mixed up or not, it sounds like it might just have a body count.
Camping high season harshed by human burrito.
Human burrito, indeed.
His wife hasn't been seen either. Plus, there have been 4 other missing persons reports in the last 3 weeks. State troopers, get this, are saying it's a rogue bear.
Yeah, of course, when's the last time you saw a bear string up its own pinata?
Something's out there in the woods. Hey, we're going honest to goodness wilderness hunting.
Good times.
We'll make sure this is not just some backwoods crackhead who likes to roll glampers.
The hell's a glamper?
Yeah.
Sam?
High-end camper. TV, AC, Wi-Fi. Back to nature. Zero inconvenience.
That's idiotic.
Yeah. Some people just don't know how to live.
I was gonna say, well, sounds like my kind of camping. Okay, that explains them being on a bed with their sleeping bag, I guess.
Oh, you can call me Rick. Ranger Rick.
You were the one who found Mitchell Rayburn, correct?
The human burrito. Tell you this, though. You gotta respect Mother Nature. You respect her, or she's gonna string you up, she'll eat your ass right through the Gore-Tex.
Uh-huh.
See, me and Phil, we've been finding something's leftovers for weeks.
Who's Phil?
Assistant Chief Ranger. Well, come to think of it, I haven't seen Phil in a couple of days.
Uh-oh.
You think maybe your assistant chief ranger might be missing?
I should probably report that.
So, I took a look at the cadaver. What's left of it. Not a happy camper. Don't have any stats on a Jersey Devil, but the bite radius on the Vic's wounds is too small for a Leviathan. And a Wendigo don't leave no scraps.
Ah, Wendigo, yes.
Lunch?
One of their main camping episodes.
Brandon. We grab Booth?
Hey, douchewad. A hostess will see you. Do I look like a freaking hostess?
Do you want to look like a hostess?
No, not a good comeback. That guy's got an attitude problem. He wasn't ready for that one.
TDK slammer to Ken doll? I'm a little heart smart for creepy uncle.
What is your problem?
You are my problem!
Oh my gosh. And like nobody cares that he's acting like that.
Oh, by the way, did he seem a little, stoned to you?
Ranger Rick? Yeah. Definitely growing his own on the back 40 and smoking all the profits. New pepper jack turducken slammer.
Turducken
limited time
slammer.
only.
Bunch of birds shoved up inside each other. Shouldn't play God like that.
Hey, don't look at me sideways from that Chinese chicken geezer salad there. Okay, this is awesome.
Oh, now I want to try it.
Alright, anyways,
Every time I see
the
food,
ranger did seem to think there was something on board
I just
before us.
want food.
Well, I'd say it's safari time.
Look at her! You're telling me she's not fat. Hey! No, up yours, Mike. Shove it right up yours.
Okay, so obviously that's gonna mean something. They wouldn't just highlight a character's behavior like that. I guess for comic relief, maybe? It's not really that funny. Well, thinking back on Wendigo, that was when they had used prosthetics to give it a very creature-like look. So I kind of hope we get a creature-like thing in this episode. Ew.
Well, looks like we found Phil.
Wow, how long ago was it since they called that in?
Listen, I got your call, but I'm not sure I got what you were saying. Hey, I think we found Phil.
That's what I say.
I should probably call us in.
What a reaction.
Solid move, Rick.
Probably really is stoned.
Repeat, this is Chief Ranger Ed. I have a situation out at Acres Point.
Ranger, I think we've got company.
Yeah? Who's that?
Yeah. That seemed quite obvious. I want to see what it looks like.
It's got him up in the trees.
It's a fast bugger.
Shut up, shut off, and listen.
Ew.
Damn thing's eating Rick. Man, I like Rick.
Sound effect is very convincing. It sounds so gross. Woo! Bobby, you got some great instincts there.
Wow. Nice job, Bobby.
Seriously.
We all got our gifts.
Oh, wow. Bravo, makeup team. That is very, very, very realistic looking. Rest in peace, brother.
Like a supermodel, but the thing was strong, that's for damn sure. Bullet.
Zombies?
First one must have just stunned it.
Alright, well, let's check its Hulk pants for some ID.
Gerald Browder lived here in town, 5'9", brown hair, blue eyes, 235 pounds.
Whoa.
Apparently he's lost a little pudge.
More than a little pudge. Oh no!
I think we better have a look under Gerald's hood.
Leviathans?
You guys getting hungry? I'm hungry.
Shouldn't you be the opposite of hungry after looking at that nonsense?
That's human, right there.
That's fresh Rick.
Fresh Rick.
Pine cone.
Ripe.
Yeah, that's a cat's head.
Oh.
A glamper or two is one thing, but you gotta be damn hungry to eat a cat's head.
Gosh, poor Sam.
But whatever this thing is, it's not the Jersey Devil, but it sure as hell ain't Gerald Browder anymore.
Okay, guys, seriously.
What?
It's time for dinner.
Huh? Okay.
Conditioning repairman. Missing person number 3 disappeared 8 days ago.
Well, that explains all the people who got eaten in the last 8 days.
Yeah. Question is what happened to him.
I can get 2 shakes of a rat's ass.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that right?
The connection is more obvious.
Shake your ass, or is it something else?
The food. A sandwich. Yeah. Okay. Drawing it out like that with Dean just made that even more like, okay, clue in, viewer. It's the sandwich. So, what? I'm trying to understand what
Give me that.
what it's doing exactly.
There's some funky chicken in the TDK slammer right there.
Yeah.
What's it smell like?
The sandwich didn't do anything. I don't know what you think you're gonna find.
There's something wrong with you,
Sounds drunk.
Best I felt in a couple months. Cass, black goo. I don't even care anymore. And you know what's even better? I don't care that I don't care.
Everybody's loving the turducken.
Sandwich.
Oh my god.
Okay, so whatever turned Dean Browder into Pumpkinhead, and Tommy turned Dean into an idiot.
I'm right here. Right here.
Is in the turducken slammer at Biggerson's. It's in the meat.
I feel a little bit of gag coming up. That's gross. But very creative in terms of writing.
He's sleeping it off. Tryptophan coma.
Hopefully his liver can process all that out.
Good. So you don't worry about him? Right, yeah, but what if?
What if? What, Sam? You know, you worry about him. All he does is worry about you. Who's left to live their own life here?
Mm.
The two of you. Aren't you full up just playing snuffleupagus with the devil all the live long?
Truth.
Look, I'm not saying it's fun. I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of see it as the best case scenario. I mean, at least all my crazies under one umbrella, you know? And I kind of know what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
A lot of people that are worse.
I get that. I get that.
You always were one deep little son of a bitch.
That's why I love him. Gonna have to blow up the whole facility. Because, I mean, if it's an operation in there, how do you stop them from making that kind of food? And goodness knows where it's being distributed, like throughout the whole country.
I guess we wait till they close up shop. Go take a look around.
Hang on.
Ah, Edgar, is it? Edgar? But that other Leviathan guy told them that Edgar had survived. I guess they didn't believe him.
Leviathans.
The hell is going on?
Leviathans is what's going on. Leviathan's a nasty chicken.
Edgar, follow me. I've been so busy with this experiment, I didn't even realize you were back. It's, big stuff.
I'm back because of the experiment. What's happening? You said you were refining the formula.
Yes, absolutely.
Burn them.
What? They represent crucial test data. Where the additive formula went wrong, where my initial projections failed.
Dick is coming.
Boss man. So they're just like experimenting all over the damn place.
There's nothing out of it back here at all.
Yeah, okay, Sam. Well, they're pretty dug in, so why don't you finish circling and head on back?
Right.
How's your head?
Oh, cinnamon Floyd on me right now, okay? I just got drugged by a sandwich.
I want to talk about your new party line.
Good way to put it.
I don't even vote.
The world's a suicide case. We save it. It just steals more pills. Come on now. You tried to hang it up and be a person with Lisa and Ben. And now here you are with a mean old coot and a van full of guns. That ain't person behavior, son. You're a hunter, meaning you're whatever the job you're doing today. Now you find your reasons to get back in the game. I don't care if it's love or spite or a $10 bet. I've been to enough funerals. I mean it. You die before me and I'll kill you.
Yeah.
You need to scrape some money together, get you a condo or something.
Hey, something's up.
That was well said by Bobby, though. Very well said.
I'll be a squirrel in a skirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dick friggin' Roman.
Who the hell is Dick friggin' Roman?
He's famous.
Well, I believe in good old American values, like unlimited growth. Well, it's like I always say, if you want to win, then you gotta be the shark. And sharks gotta eat.
Roman is ruthless, but good looking. I think he'll make a great candidate.
Ruthless but good looking. Okay. That's all you need.
I have a #1 bestseller.
It's good strategy.
Now it's all making sense. Remember when Crowley kept going on about hating Dick? I thought he was just being general.
If the Leviathan got to him, then that means they're playing on a much bigger board than we were thinking. It's time to find out what these ugly bastards are up to.
The food additive that I've introduced into the turducken has a near 100% rate of effectiveness. Once the subject tries it, they crave more within a few hours. With the very first dose, it starts to work on the DNA, slowing their metabolism, causing weight gain, and dampening their emotional range, which makes them perfectly complacent.
Now, what can you tell me about your failures? The ones that went off the rails.
Speak up
After they
now.
ate your little treats.
They've been very instructive.
Camping high seas and harsh by a human burrito. Have I ever mentioned how I feel about our little forays making the papers? But again, collaboration. Progress.
Gosh, he's really scary. Good casting on that front.
Yeah, I got movement. My side, second floor, meeting room.
Then I'll reschedule with the senator for lunch Tuesday, and you can deal with the archdiocese in the afternoon.
Fine.
Let me explain why
We're shutting your program down.
We're shutting it down. No, you can't.
I'm shutting it down because of the one golden rule. So, how can I use your mistake to communicate this to all your
Oh, because it would trigger
Listen,
off
sir,
hunters
I will
and
do
stuff?
Anything. I will give anything to make this right.
I know you will.
What is that? Is it like a form of humiliation? Putting a
Do you know what you can
bib
give us,
around his
Doctor?
neck?
Your example.
Wait,
Now, Doc. It's time.
now I have officially seen it all.
What? What?
The doctor ate himself.
Huh?
He's
Shit. What? Eat himself? Okay, alright, alright.
Goes on the land acquisition in Gleason.
Fine.
And this came this afternoon. Sotheby's.
Outstanding.
Just brought him to his
Thank you,
office like
Susan.
that.
So you got Dick Roman.
We can have whoever we want. We could have you, for example. If you were worth the effort.
Now you're hurting my feelings.
Well, it's a hard world, Bob. It's an us-eat-dog world. I imagine you appreciate guns.
I'd appreciate one right about now.
But I mean the machine, the idea. I'm gonna eat you, Bob. Yes. But I like my meals prepared. Besides, holding on to you could pay big dividends. I bet your friends are on their way to rescue the damsel.
Mm-hmm.
I run my race. Could die worse.
You are not dying. You hear me? He is not dying like this. Wow, how long do they have to squirt them for? It seemed quite long. Is it just me?
Let's stay in the chair.
Try to get out, Bobby. Try to get out. Or, yes, infiltrate his files. Yeah, do that.
Sons of bitches. Switch it up. You're coming with me.
work on the boss.
You communicate from a place of yes. That was bracing. Where'd you kids find this stuff? Hey!
I wonder if this stick guy has a boss. Is he really just at the top of the food chain? It'd be an interesting twist, you know?
Go, go!
God, you got in. Almost took your freaking head off. Hey, Bobby. Your hat. Bobby? Oh, God. Bobby! Bobby! Bobby!
No.
Bobby!
Okay, what time is it? I don't have enough time because I really want to binge watch. Okay. I'm just gonna choose to believe Bobby doesn't die like that. That's just... Okay. It's not the first time. So, it's only episode 9. You know, like, a big character like that wouldn't die until, like, towards the end of a season. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want to think about it. My thoughts coming up. It's episodes like this where I can see how it is hard to restrain yourself to press play for the next episode and the next episode because I need to know if Bobby lives. Okay. As I said at the end, I'm choosing to believe that he's fine because for such a major character like that, there is no way the writers would be dumb enough to end Bobby like that in an episode like this. I'm refusing to believe it. As naive as I may sound, I don't care. I'm just not believing that. And I'm going to be patient till my next binge watch to see what happens to my dear Bobby. Okay. It's so weird for me though, you know, because I know I have to anticipate that actors move on from shows. Considering how they got rid of Rufus, and they had what I was calling the hit list episode, right? They got rid of Rufus, they got rid of Samuel, they got rid of their cousin there, that I still can't remember her name. Oh my God, I'm terrible. I guess it's like, if anything, this episode has made me realize that I'm going to have to expect that they may kill off characters that are beloved. And Bobby's a beloved character. But the only reason why I just don't want to believe that, it's also because Bobby's the father figure of the Winchesters. And it's like, you already have their actual father who's dead. So, killing off the last father figure they have, story-wise, wouldn't, I don't know, it just wouldn't make sense to me. So I'm going to put faith in SPN that they're not going to be making that kind of decision for Bobby. And whatever happens in season 15 to Bobby, if it's tragic, then I'll be accepting of it. I'll leave it at that. Okay, let's talk about my favorite scene of the episode. It definitely has to be the reveal of what was going on with Dean through the chicken, the nasty ass chicken. That is going to stay with me, imprinted in my mind, in my brain forever. And I will definitely be looking at my chicken sandwich a little differently. I don't really eat too many of them, thankfully, but all I could think of is at the time this episode aired, you know, just imagine that one viewer who's literally biting into perhaps a McChicken and then this episode is like kind of playing on the fact that your food's contaminated with a very dangerous additive, which apparently most of our processed food kind of is. But anyway, yeah, that's the main scene that stands out. And in terms of my Ashamoji, I'm gonna give it 3. It's good. I would rewatch it one more time for some of the chuckles and giggles here and there with Dean's performance, or more or less Jensen's performance as Dean. And also, there were some pretty interesting moments with the Leviathans, especially the big bad boss. And I can't forget the bibbing moment. Oh my gosh, that's probably the runner-up scene that's closely right behind the reveal with the chicken. That bib moment was insane. I would never fathom it would be them literally putting a bib around the person and having them eat themselves. You know, like, where did they get that from? It kind of makes me wonder, is it something they developed as a culture of Leviathans while they're on Earth? Or was it an actual thing or custom when they're in purgatory? You know, and they're just like bringing it along as part of their earthly experience. Very fascinating indeed. And as I said in my reaction, I meant it. Like, the next bib I see, I'll be thinking about the Leviathans. So I gotta give kudos to the writers for having these kind of interesting, quirky situations come up that imprints on me in relation to actual things around, you know, in our everyday life. Anyway, so there you have it. That is my reaction to episode 9 of the 7th season of Supernatural. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I look forward to reading your comments about this episode. You know, let me know what was your first initial reaction to the bibbing process. Like, did you predict that's likely what was going to happen? Or did it completely surprise you like it surprised me? I'm curious to know. So please share. In the meantime, until my next upload, if you want access to my reaction to the full episode and or information about how you can support this channel if you like what I do here on YouTube, details about all of that is in the description box for you. Therefore, I am tuning out, signing out. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.